Hi guys, this is Best Boomer back with you. Today I'm going to be talking about car deals based on an experience we're actually going through right now. We decided to turn in our vehicles, two and get one. That's another whole story, but we lease our vehicles, have for years and years. And you just have to put pencil to paper to figure out if that makes sense for you. And it certainly does for us. Besides the fact I love driving a new car with no repairs for as long as I possibly can. But after 5 or 6 years, it's not new and it's needing tires and all of that. I just as soon lease. So that aside, we began with our favorite dealers. We are Toyota people, have been for 30 years. And coming from Cedar Falls, Iowa, we dealt with the Dearys and their Toyota dealership, specifically with Mark. And so he shot out a deal for us, but it entailed us driving both vehicles from Surprise, Arizona, back to Cedar Falls, Iowa. Now, that's a 3-day each way trip. And when you figure in motels, gas, time, and we have to pay for cat sitting for our kitties, it kind of ate away at the good deal. So we thought, well, we're in Surprise, Arizona now. Let's do what the Arizonians do. Let's deal here. They have a ton of car dealerships, especially in Phoenix. So we chose one of the bigger ones, if not the biggest, Camel. I think it's Camelback Phoenix, or Camel Phoenix, Camel Toyota. Okay, so we're dealing over the phone, and my husband is very specific. We do not want to go back and forth on prices. We want you to shoot us your best price, and we already have one in mind. And if it's better, we'll go for it. If it's not, we'll go with what we have. So they shot us a deal that actually matched, even bettered a little bit, the one coming from Cedar Falls. Okay, that sounds great. We'll be in. So my husband and I both drive our vehicles in. Now Phoenix, mind you, is about an hour away from Surprise. So it's quite a drive. We got the cars all washed and detailed, and man, we were ready to go. So we go in and we sit down, and the woman dealing with us left for a while, went back to her manager. You know, this is always a ploy they have. We got to go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. We said we already had something hammered out, you know. So we're sitting there waiting for her, and she comes back and she says, "Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. We misfigured, or more correctly, our manager misfigured. We can't do that. Now we can deal on the one, the Highlander, but we can't take that RAV back at this time and still go with the deal we quoted you." Now, my husband and I sat there fuming, you know, and of course we're suspicious of car dealers, car salesmen, anyway, especially in a new place. And so we're trying to decide, okay, we drove an hour here, each of us. Is it worth it to go ahead and just take it? They worked to get the color we wanted, supposedly. It was on reserve to somebody else, because they had sold the one that they originally promised us. So we knew that reserve wasn't real, written in stone. So they had gotten the car, the color we wanted. And I think they thought we would just go ahead with it, with all the trouble we had gone through. And, we would drive off with our new car and our other one and keep paying on it for several more months. However, we did not. I was upset and told her so and said, you know, are you telling me that a smaller town and dealership like the one in Cedar Falls, Iowa, can do a better deal than you? Are you telling me that with all the cars you have at, you know, your disposal, and the fact that you already quoted us prices that was acceptable, and now you're not going to honor that, and now you're going to tell us, oh, sorry, we can't, we can only do part of it. So we got up and walked out. And what did we do? We came crawling back to Mark at Cedar Falls Toyota dealership and told him what had happened. And he said, well, let me look a little bit. Let's see here. I know that, you know, we can't drive clear to Arizona with 2 people and still make a good deal for you. So he and my husband are brainstorming that maybe we meet in Oklahoma City to do the deal. And so he's going back and he's gonna figure out what the numbers are exactly. And I imagine they'll be pretty darn good. And we do trust Mark. We've dealt with him for 30 years. Now let's see, 20 years. So we know him. We've both sat and sat and talked to him at length because we had some things in common. My job, and he had a son, and I won't go into detail because that's kind of personal. But we had some things in common, and so I trusted him. My husband trusts him, and so thinking outside the box, I think we're going to get something worked out. Interesting, we've never liked the dealing part of getting cars, but I think it'll work out. But the bottom line here is a shout out to Cedar Falls, Iowa, and their Toyota dealership, and specifically Mark, who's always ready to talk to us, and will go the extra mile in thinking outside the box. And a big thumbs down to Camelback Toyota here in Phoenix. It's too bad because we're going to be lifelong Toyota drivers and we roll them over every few years. So, you know, that's a steady income for Toyota, and we'll probably never switch. For a short period of time, a couple years, we went to a Maxima. We really liked the looks of it, and I think it rated highly at that time in Consumer Reports. But Toyota, you can't go wrong. So they lost a customer, a lifelong customer, and so we'll see how it goes. Maybe I'll update in my next video, or maybe not. I don't know how much of interest this is to people. I could do one on the leasing versus buying. That's an interesting topic with people having very different opinions. But please like my video and share it, and please subscribe to it. I would really appreciate that. I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers. So I'll be posting this on YouTube and on Facebook. So I appreciate any of you who will subscribe and just watch. Thank you so much and have a good day. Bye-bye.